Now, I was fortunate enough to go to New York to check out Lenovo's holiday lineup here for 2022. And I got an in-depth look at the brand new X1 Fold Gen 2, the follow-up to the world's first foldable PC. Now, this is a major improvement over that first iteration. Pretty much across the board, we're seeing big changes and all for the better. We're gonna take a look at it here today. Hey everybody, it's Andrew, and this is the Lenovo ThinkPad X1 Fold Gen 2, here for 2022. Coming up. So this is the new X1 Fold.
Absolutely. So this is the next evolution in our foldable PC category. As I'm sure you're aware, we created the foldable PC category back in 2020, and this is our next iteration. It is bigger, more powerful, and more versatile than our previous. Starting off, the display, beautiful, magnificent 16.3 inch, 2.5K, 600 nit HDR, Dolby Vision panel. So you've got a huge 16-inch panel. As I'm sure you're aware, carrying around a 16-inch traditional device, got a huge 16-inch panel that folds down into the footprint of a 12-inch notebook itself. So instead of carrying around something like this, you can carry around this, which virtually fits almost in any bag. Super small, super convenient as a whole. Looking at the design of the device, as you can notice, we've got a new fold flat hinge. So the device folds completely flat instead of having a little bit of a gap there overall, which allows us to essentially achieve ultra modern and ultra narrow bezels around the device. With it, being able to use the device both as a PC and a tablet, you do still want a little bit of area there, to hold. But essentially, the device, certainly has multiple usages and modes. We've got the device here in landscape mode, so you've got that, traditional widescreen computing experience. But also with our new keyboard and stand, supports the device also in portrait mode. If you're doing document review, maybe coding, programming, doing some reading, a lot of stuff that is more north-south and not east-west, fantastic for reducing eye strain as a whole. Also, one of the areas where this device really shines is just the ability for the device to essentially have multiple applications up at one time. So multitasking, but on one panel versus having to carry around multiples. So let's say, for instance, I'm on my Teams or Zoom call at the top, but I still want to have OneNote open, to take notes. I can type. I can also draw as well. I've got built-in magnetic Wacom stylus for drawing, annotation, as well as if you need to sign contracts. Everything fantastic there. Let's say, for instance, we're here in New York City. Full day of presentations, but I still need to catch up on our email. So I can do email while also catching up on my favorite show. And I can have two 12-inch panels, right? And so it can be shows, sports, everything from that nature. The device itself does also in, let me show you this. So then when you rotate the device as a whole, you can actually do
split screen.
I can do some of my research, or I can do whatever here, email, whatever other application you really want to use.
Nice.
Again, here's Excel, so you can see how many extra columns you get, right, for that full visibility. Again, in a 12-inch footprint. Maybe I'm doing document review where I need to review both side by side. I can do that as well. So you have these different orientations as a whole. So the device really is meant to transform with that user throughout their day, giving them the most optimal experience for whatever application or whatever they're actually using the device for. In terms of the actual stand, so the stand supports the device both in landscape and portrait mode. You can change the angle and orientation, and I can pull the device forward and back. What's fantastic about portrait is this camera is now at eye level, right? There's no upper chin, coming at you there. So that's great from a user experience perspective. The keyboard as well, one of the areas that we really focused on. So this is our brand new Bluetooth track point keyboard. It's actually modeled after our X1 Nano. So this is the same keyboard that comes.
I was about to say it looks remarkably similar.
Yeah. So it has that legendary ThinkPad typing experience, built-in haptic touchpad, 2-stage backlit. It's got built-in fingerprint reader for
that's
Solo,
great.
as well as track point for all of our.
So does this keyboard charge on the device, or does it have to be plugged in?
So it does have to be plugged in. You can use either the device charger.
So it's USB-C.
Correct.
Okay, that's a
USB-C as well.
That's good.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. So you can use it Bluetooth, or you can connect it via a Type-C to a Type-C there.
Now, one other question. I'm sorry.
Yep.
The pen, does that charge, or that's also separately?
So this pen, given that it's magnetic, it actually has a quadruple A battery inside.
Oh, okay. So quadruple A. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Absolutely. Performance. We jumped right over the.
That was a big
good part. So this particular device here. I can have up to i7 V Pro processors. All right, so fantastic for manageability. You have the option for i5 or i7 non-V Pro or V Pro. So it has full customization of the device as well. It is a U9 package that we have tuned up to 13 watts. So in terms of performance, she definitely sings up to 32 gigs of LPDDR5 memory. This is a full laptop.
So a big jump in performance from last version?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You were looking at i5 8 there on.
It was that wasn't. I remember when I was looking at it, that was kind of sluggish.
Yes, it was limitations of the architecture.
Sure, no,
right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And especially given it was the world's first foldable PC. You've got PCIe 4 solid state drives in here. Connectivity, you've got Wi-Fi 6E as well as 5G, which is fantastic. Another big thing to call out is you've got Dolby Vision, Atmos, and voice, and no matter what orientation you have the device in, you have optimal speakers and microphones to essentially perform in those modes. So you've got 3 speakers on the device, so that when you turn the device, you got 2 firing, 4 microphones. And then also the camera is a 5 megapixel IR RGB camera.
Wow.
That has the option for Intel's new visual sensing controller. So basically, if I'm talking to you and the screen would dim, thus conserving battery, maybe I forget to lock my computer and I walk away, it's got lock on
presence.
leave,
Okay, it's lock on leave.
Security perspective, and then it's also got wake on face.
That's great.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's 5 megapixels. That means what it can do 1440p video or 1080p?
That I've got to follow up with you on.
Okay.
Yep. But essentially, the device as a whole. So let's say you've wrapped up your day, ready to head home for the night. You can take the device, fold it down, keyboard magnetically attaches. Everything folds down here.
Oh, that's great.
And then everything magnetically attaches.
That's nice.
So
that's a nice
carry
solution.
Everything there in one hand, right?
And how heavy is that?
So the system itself starts at 2.8 pounds.
Okay.
With the keyboard and stand, you're looking at 4.2.
4.2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But again,
You're getting a 16-inch.
16-inch.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like carrying this around, but with more versatility.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The other modes that we didn't really hit on as well, and this is fantastic for if you're in those tight spaces with limited elbow reach, right?
So you know, airplane, you mean?
Absolutely. Airplane, trains, or even in the back of an Uber, right? The keyboard magnetically attaches to get you a 12-inch
That's great.
typing experience.
Yeah, I like that.
Absolutely fantastic.
So you have all the different modes on this.
Yep.
This is great.
And let's say, for instance, you're running to a quick meeting, you don't want to take the keyboard stand, you can use the on-screen keyboard, you can use the pen, right? So some great ways to just jot down quick notes as a whole.
Wow, that's really nice.
The new X1 Fold, one of the areas that we really focused on for this product was the sustainability and serviceability of the device as a whole. So the performance nylon woven panels are actually made from 2 recycled water bottles each. We talked a little bit about performance and the fact that this is a fanless design that's made from graphite as well as heat sinks to help dissipate the heat across the device, thus removing it from some of those critical components, helping to improve sustained performance. One of the other areas that that our users from our first generation really wanted was all-day battery life. Certainly, with this device, it can transform with you. It can you can consolidate devices with this system as a whole. So we actually have the option for 2 batteries here. So you've got a 48-watt battery that would come standard, as well as the option for a 16-watt.
I noticed this right here. Yeah,
absolutely. So giving you 64 hours, which is roughly about 11 hours of actual usage.
So this is an option you would have to, when you're purchasing this, this is not something you can upgrade yourself.
Correct, yes. Right. So the system, as I mentioned earlier, does have the benefit of being fully configurable.
Okay.
So it'll start at lenovo.com at $24.99.
$24.99, and that's without that extra battery.
Correct. Yeah, that would be.
And where would the 5G? This would be the 5G.
This is your 5G right here. You notice the solid state drive as well.
2230.
Is
it looks
replaceable.
Like. Yeah.
As a whole. And then one of the big areas that we really.
How would the user be able to replace that?
So it is. We're currently evaluating to determine whether it's a crew, which is customer replaceable, or through. In theory, yes. Right.
In theory, if somebody wanted to open this up, they could put another SSD. All right, that's great.
And then just overall from a serviceability perspective, with our first generation X1 Fold, we only had depot service. It was a brand new, innovative category device. With this new system, we're actually offering our Premier on-site service. So, let's say, for instance, if we're not able to, fix the issue via remote troubleshooting, we would send a technician out either to place of business or home to basically perform the service. From a sustainability perspective, the speaker enclosures, the battery chambers, even the power adapters are made from at least 90% plus PCC recycled plastics. And then we didn't stop there as far as the device as a whole. So this new X1 Fold will actually have our new plastic-free packaging.
Oh yeah, that's great. I like that.
Yeah. So everything from the handle, zip ties in the box, right? The plug covers.
Everything is sustainable.
Exactly, everything's sustainable, and then the actual box itself that it comes in is our new bamboo and sugarcane.
I saw that with the Z13. That was nice. Yeah.
So recyclable as well as compostable.
That's great. That's I like that.
Absolutely.
That's good. This is amazing.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the ThinkPad X1 Fold Gen 2, a major follow-up to the world's first foldable PC? Very impressive, nice look, and I want to thank Lenovo for inviting me to take a look at it, along with the other products that I got a chance to check out. So please hit the like button, please subscribe, please share this video. Don't forget to leave a comment in that comment section below. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know if there's a device or something out there you think I should review. I'll do my best to try to make that happen. Don't forget to check me out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course, my website, amdtechreviews.com. So until next time, this is Andrew from AMD Tech. See ya.